Welcome, everyone, to the third episode of the Rep Your Team podcast. I am your host, Andrew, and I am here with
Luke Reeder.
All right, today, it is a Friday. It's not Monday anymore.
No, we change it up.
Yeah, we moved to a Friday, because why not?
Yeah.
And now we'll be on Fridays at 5 o'clock, and find us on YouTube and Spotify. All right, let's start it off with last week's NFL games, week 8.
That was a good slate of games.
Yeah, good slate.
Very
All
solid.
right, what do we got here? All right, the Thursday night game,
Yes.
Ravens versus Buccaneers.
That was a pretty good
It
game.
was a good one.
That was,
It was
yeah.
a good one.
I mean, again, the Buccaneers are like a complete disaster right now. I mean, their defense is struggling. Tom Brady looks like he has regressed a little bit. And
He looks old.
Yeah,
Finally.
yeah, and that offense just kind of looks stagnant. So I don't know. I don't know if it's time to like fully panic yet. However, they're approaching that point pretty fast.
I would panic. I'm being like, all right, find a new quarterback.
Yeah, it's almost time to blow it up. I mean, their Super Bowl window, if it's not already closed, it might as well be closed.
It might as well. I remember last year they weren't as this point in the season they weren't as good as well, or at least a little bit better. But
Yeah,
this is causing for more concerns at this point.
absolutely.
All right, next one, Broncos versus Jags.
The London game,
The
early in the
London
morning. Yeah. I thought that the Jags were going to win it. I mean, I just have no faith in the Broncos right now. And apparently neither do they because they traded Bradley Chubb, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll talk later.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence.
I feel like Jaguars should be better than what they are. They have talent.
They should be much better. And at this point, it's not just Trevor Lawrence has bad coaching because Doug Peterson's a pretty good head coach. At this point, Trevor Lawrence is still hasn't put it together. And it's weird because he was this really,
He was touted as the next Peyton Manning.
Yeah. And so
freshman
far, it's just been Peyton Manning's rookie season last year and now this year too.
2 years straight.
Yeah, so, I mean, good for the Broncos for finally getting a win. That was an important one, and it might have saved, everyone's jobs. But for the Jaguars, the coaching's too good. The talent is kind of there.
Yeah, it's kind of.
But, now Trevor Lawrence needs to start picking up a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Next one, a pretty good game, I want to say. Panthers versus Falcons. Falcons winning.
Yeah. No,
And DJ Moore is probably kicking himself after watching this game, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, at the flag hurt, and send it overtime and whatever. But I mean, end of the day, the kicker needs to make those kicks, and he had the chance to make.
But it was
the
a
extra
45?
point. Yeah, but then he had one in overtime too, and he missed that too.
Yeah.
And so I mean, but yeah, could it have been prevented? Yes. But on the good news for Panther fans. PJ Walker looks good. I mean, he has a very solid connection with DJ Moore. So there is reason for optimism. And it's because Baker Mayfield no longer has to play quarterback.
All right. Bears versus Cowboys. Cowboys just mollywop them.
Yeah.
Pretty much all you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
rough game.
Everything, yeah. They almost scored 50 on them. So, yeah.
I don't know.
It's whatever. All right, Dolphins versus Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good game, I want to say.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't think the Lions were going to be able to hang in like they did, so props to them. But Tua looks really good. That's the good news for them. And, yeah, no, I think the Dolphins are headed in a really good direction. And I still feel bad for Dan Campbell and the Lions.
I hope he doesn't get fired.
Neither do I.
Just because of the Hard Knocks series.
Yeah.
I want him to stay.
Oh, absolutely. But, no, that was a pretty good game. The Dolphins still look like Super Bowl contenders, and the Lions stayed in there. so yeah.
At least they keeping competitive
Yeah,
for
win-win.
a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Vikings versus Cardinals.
Yeah. No, the Vikings are very, very real, and not enough people are talking about them. I mean, Kirk Cousins is on fire. That offense is on fire. Justin Jefferson's doing his thing. That defense looks legit, and they're not getting any press whatsoever. So I don't understand it. Cardinals are struggling even with DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know. But props to the Vikings. They look great.
I guess last year was just a surprise season, I guess. That's really it.
Yeah, I'd agree at
So
this
they're
point.
not really.
Yeah, Collar has not proven his worth so
Yeah,
far.
Absolutely not. All right, Raiders versus Saints.
Yeah.
Saints just absolutely blew them out.
What is wrong with the Raiders? They were, I
Say
mean,
this every week.
yeah, every single week. And we've been saying this for like the past like 6 years now. But
That's true.
I
That
mean,
too.
yeah, they're supposed to be, top, maybe two, maybe
On paper,
three
they
team.
should be a top 2, top 3 team.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
at least competing for like a.
Their division. I mean, like
Division,
they
but-
should be in, and especially like the Broncos not doing well, the Chargers underperforming a little bit. They should, this was their chance. But I don't know. Derek Carr has not been playing fantastic. Devontae Adams is not enough for a whole offense, and I put the blame on Josh McDaniels. I do not like Josh McDaniels as a coach.
He never was.
No. But the Saints did what they had to do. But for the Raiders, you have to be looking at your Super Bowl window. I don't think it's closed yet. I mean, I think you still have the pieces there, but I mean, I think that they should consider firing Josh McDaniels after one season. I mean, I think they're at that
I would
point.
do that. There's a lot of
Absolutely.
coaches that need to be fired after one season. I
Absolutely.
agree with that. Mike Thomas is out for the rest of the season
Yeah.
too. Foot injury, right?
Yeah.
Something with his tendon.
Bad injury luck. I mean, really bad injury luck.
Yeah.
I mean, he had his 2019 season, which
Where he was a dog.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally record breaking. And then since then, it's just been bad injury luck.
Yeah.
Not the best teams around him. So, hopefully he comes back next year better than ever. But tough luck for him so far.
Tough luck. Patriots versus Jets.
Yeah, the New York teams I thought are a great story, but I didn't think either was for real. The Patriots defense needs to be looked at as top 3 if it's not already. I mean, it's a pretty good defense.
Yep.
The Jets, without Breece Hall, taking out, probably their best
He's out for the season. ACL.
after the season. I mean, probably their best offensive weapon, I'd say. I mean,
Yeah.
taking him away, it's going to cripple an offense.
Yeah.
But they're just got to figure a way to regroup and move on because it's still a very talented team.
Yeah. All right. We can quickly go over this one.
Oh, yes.
Steelers versus Eagles. Eagles absolutely destroyed them.
That was tough.
They're 8-0 right now, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
absolutely crazy. Yeah, no, they are the real deal.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, again, we've been saying the same things. Jalen Hurts is great. AJ Brown is great. Devontae Smith is great.
AJ Brown, that dog, bro.
Oh my God, yeah,
You got them dog in him, bro.
he is incredible. But yeah, no, the Eagles are absolutely for real. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah, So I wonder, could they go undefeated? What's their schedule looking
No.
like? We always got them.
I mean, I don't think you going undefeated is just so, tough,
It's rare,
and
but-
especially the extra game on the end of the season now.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your schedule looking
Their
like?
next. Hold on, let me pull it up. Their next. How many games is this? What is this? 9 games.
Yeah.
I can't count. It's pretty easy to They
Really?
play Washington. They
Okay.
play Colts. They play Packers. They play Titans. They play Giants. They play the Bears. They play Cowboys, Saints, Giants in that order.
All right. I mean, that's definitely a
I
chance.
think, right? It says to be determined. Is that a playoff spot?
I think the Washington has a chance to beat them. I mean, division opponent are
He's
tough,
scoring us.
tough. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that any team's going to go undefeated, but I don't know. They're off to a
Probably
very good
lose,
start.
Like 1.
Yeah, 1, 2, or maybe they have a collapse. It just happens sometimes,
Yeah,
like
that's
like the
true.
Cardinals did, or the Steelers did a couple
Steelers,
years back.
Yep.
So I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. But no, they look like the real deal.
Yeah, they're looking good right now. All right. Titans versus Texans.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Derrick Henry,
Derrick Henry.
he's the best. Texans. I mean, I don't know. I think Davis Mills is a franchise quarterback for the Texans. I mean,
He's a good guy. He's a good player.
Yeah. I mean, they just got to figure out a way. If Brandon Cooks is unhappy and doesn't want to play.
I think he came out now that he's not happy that he wasn't traded to a contender.
Yeah, and we saw it, last night.
I think he's going to... I remember Thursday night game, he sat out.
Yeah,
So,
yesterday he sat out.
I don't know if he's going to sit out for the rest of the season. Granted, he has $18 million guaranteed.
That is nice.
That is damn nice.
It's a good deal. But,
honestly, Brandon Cook should just try to get cut and then just sign with a contender.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
I mean, but for the Texans, I mean, they haven't been able to stop Derrick Henry for years now, and this is another. I mean, what do you run for like 200 yards or something ridiculous that?
Yeah, 219 yards rushing.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, Washington versus Colts. Washington.
Yeah.
We won off of damn good
Yeah.
last second touchdown.
Yeah, that was
Terry
great.
McLaurin, baby.
He's so good. That was a good game.
He's always been good.
And again, the Colts should be in conversation for the worst team in the league.
Do they have their first round pick? This is
I don't
a question.
know. And you know what? Even if they did, I don't think a first round pick is going to help them. I mean, there's something structurally wrong with that team. I mean, it is in the offense. It is the quarterback. It is the wide receiving core. Of course, they have Michael Pittman. Jonathan Taylor doesn't look like himself. They traded Nyheim Hines. That offensive line regressed significantly.
Okay, they do have a first round pick. They don't have a third, but
All right. Well, I mean, so
whatever.
hopefully you go for someone big. And I mean, do you go for a quarterback? I'd imagine so. But if Will Anderson is sitting there in the draft, do you take him? He's the franchise, cornerstone pass rusher. Or again, if Bryce Young is there or any of those star quarterbacks. But the Colts should look ahead, and I'm not saying they should tank, right? However,
Their offensive line isn't what it used to be.
Not at all.
They're just a mid-tier team now.
yeah, I'd say less than that. I mean, I think they're very seriously like a bottom 3 team.
That too. I was being generous.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 49ers, Rams. 49ers won.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, man.
Christian McCaffrey's great.
Dogging.
Yeah, and Kyle Shanahan just has the number of Sean McVay, and I don't know why. But, just another, the Niners dominate the Rams, like the Seahawks dominate the the Niners, and, so on, so on, so on.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Christian McCaffrey, that was a good trade.
Yeah, I know. People are kind of up in the air with it because they're like, if you can get, 100 yards out of, a random back, you don't really need a Christian McCaffrey. But I don't know. He's so good.
Yeah, I mean,
It helps.
yeah, I mean, having a star running back, and especially Christian McCaffrey, is always going to be nice because of how versatile he is. But they gave up a lot, and they gave up a lot like they were in win-now mode, and they're not. I mean, Jimmy G is not going to win the Super Bowl. Does not like Trey Lance going to win the Super Bowl either. I mean, they need to... I don't know. It was a desperate move. It felt like a very desperate move, and it's Christian McCaffrey, so it's going to pay off when he's healthy, and this is a good example of it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
other than that, Rams, I doubt y'all are going to get Odell Beckham back because if I'm Odell Beckham looking at y'all, I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
yo,
No,
what are y'all doing?
his time with them is over. He won a Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
Bless, but I mean, his time with the Rams is done. The Rams looking like they're having to claw their way for a playoff spot. So the Super Bowl hangover is a very real thing, and they're experiencing it right now.
Yeah. Giants, Seahawks.
Yes, that was
ahead.
that was awesome. That was awesome for so many reasons. First of all, DK Metcalf has a patellar tendon injury, and it's like he's out 4 to 6 weeks. And then before the game, it's like he's playing, and he caught a touchdown because he is the greatest. And Geno Smith, I
Revived.
yeah. I mean, it's not a fluke. I mean, the passes that he's making are legitimately good. Like they are legitimately tough passes, and the offense is clicking. And this was awesome. I saw this. PFF's best deep ball thrower right now. Guess who it is?
Geno.
It is Geno Smith. And the fact that was Russell Wilson's thing for 5 years, and now it's Geno Smith. It just it's beautiful. And the Seahawks defense is pulling it together, and Kenneth Walker III at running back looks to be the real deal. I mean, he is. He has at least 2 runs a game where it's like, wow, he turned a 2-yard gain into a 20-yard gain. He's the real deal. And for the Giants, they didn't give the ball to Saquon. I mean, I was watching the game, and I was like, we don't have the best run defense. I was like, Daniel Jones isn't going to win your game. No offense to Daniel Jones, But man, I kept waiting for the Saquon touches, and they didn't really happen. So I wonder if they thought it was
like 53.
Yeah, I was like, are we going to catch him off guard and not use our best player? I don't know what that was. But Geno Smith, MVP. MVP. Wow.
After this, we'll get into talk about MVPs.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Packers versus Bills. Bills handily won. Well, they came back. It just...
Yeah.
What can you say? It's the Bills. Packers are.
Bills are great. Bills are great. Yeah. For the Packers, I mean, at least for me, I thought it was going to be like it was a couple years back where they weren't good. I forget how many years ago this was, but they weren't good at the beginning of the season. And then as it went on, they got smashed in their first game by the Saints. How many years was that? It was either last year or the year before. They got absolutely.
I remember they got dogged by Pittsburgh.
It's Pittsburgh, but
I think during COVID year.
There was a week one opening game against the Saints, and they got crushed. And then it was like, oh, they're done. And then they came back and they ended up going to like the divisional round or whatever, right? I thought it was going to happen again this year. Right? I was like, oh, they're not good. I was like, it's Aaron Rodgers. He's fine. They don't look good. Again, same thing. There is something structurally wrong.
Oh no. Oh, I was confusing the Bills, and you were talking about the Packers. All right.
The Packs,
My bad. I was not.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean, it is.
Yeah, that was last year during the Saints.
I guess it was.
Yeah, it was during COVID year.
Yeah,
during COVID year.
Yeah, and they turned it around, and I was like, same thing this year, and no, they have been bad. They look like they're going to continue to be bad.
Do they have a first round pick? Yeah, they do.
They do, yeah. But Aaron Jones looks good.
They should be running it, to be honest.
Yes.
Because they were running it good on Buffalo for a while.
Yeah, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is washed, but I mean,
they just have nothing outside.
It goes back to the Jordan Love thing, and that is, through no fault of Jordan Love as a player.
It's more their GM, Tigers GM's fault.
Yeah, I mean that might be one of the worst draft picks ever. I mean, he hasn't.
That's up there.
I mean, it was just ugh. But Packers. I don't know. They're in a tough spot right now. That's for sure.
Browns versus Cincy. Browns won it.
I was very surprised.
This was a surprise. I thought
it's the
Bengals was. Wait, I can't remember. Was Chase out? I think he was out, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was because he had that injury.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was. It was like Boyles and Boyd.
But I mean, even then, I thought they would take the Browns,
but apparently not.
And how Amari Cooper was traded for, what was it, a 4th or a 5th round pick?
I thought it was a 6.
6, maybe. I mean, something ridiculous. How did the Cowboys?
Didn't A.J. Brown just tweet out, like, yo, y'all got rid of the best route runner for, like, a 6?
Yeah. I mean, and he's not wrong. I mean, Cowboys, mess of an organization.
Yeah. And... they're doing all right. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do some early MVP talks. Why not?
Yeah. I think you have to throw in Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, right?
Jalen Hurts is probably in there at the moment since undefeated.
Jalen Hurts, absolutely. And then I think you start getting to the territory of the Geno Smith dark horse MVP, where without him, I don't know how many games this Seahawks team would win. And I don't know if that. Pete Carroll could be a good quarterback coach. Maybe we just had it wrong. But Geno Smith is up there, and of course Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, the usual suspects.
Really, who else made the jump? I can't remember who.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Wasn't?
Nah.
Yeah.
Tua.
Tua, yeah.
But he, I don't know. He missed 3 games, right?
I put him behind Geno in the odds right now, for sure.
If he didn't get that concussion,
then maybe
and
he
kept playing throughout the 3 weeks up to this point, he probably would be in it.
But also the fact that he came back from that concussion's been playing just as good, if not better. Then, that's something to talk about too. So right now I don't think there's a clear favorite yet, in my opinion.
Got any defensive? I should really pay attention to this.
Defense is always hard. To win MVP, and
it's mostly pass rushers.
Yeah, like Micah Parsons, you need to throw up there.
Hold up.
MVP is such an offensive dominated award, and to me more. It's a quarterback dominated award. To be fair, it's the quarterback on the best team. That's who wins. But I mean, for defense, Micah Parsons has been doing his thing.
Miles Garrett.
Oh,
is
yeah.
always in there.
Every week. Who else? I mean,
Yeah.
besides that, I don't
It's
know.
always like pass rusher dominant.
Yeah.
Like it's very rare for a corner to win.
Yeah.
I remember Stephon Diggs, not Diggs. Why do I think
Or
Diggs?
Gilmore.
Gilmore. That was it.
Yeah,
Why did
yeah. He won a couple years back, and deservedly so. And Jalen Ramsey, not this year.
Yeah. What happened to him?
I
He's just-
the whole Rams team just feels slow. And again, I'm going to chalk it up to Super Bowl hangover. And the big article that came out says that Sean McVay's future is tied to what happens to the core of Aaron Donald and Jalen Hurts, and so on.
Jalen Ramsey.
Or sorry, Jalen Ramsey. And that'd be crazy to see him retire. I mean, how old is Sean McVay? He's like what, 30 something?
He's got to be.
Yeah.
30s.
I mean, so yeah. That'd be weird to see him retire so early. However, I understand that he wouldn't want to rebuild no matter how young he is.
So I'm trying to find like the odds, in Vegas and the crap.
Yeah, still early.
I can't really find it.
Yeah.
But I found this one website that said Trayvon Diggs is like plus 600 to win it.
Really?
Why is he mentioned? I don't know.
That is
I swear
interesting.
he's trash. I don't know why people think he's good. Trash.
He's had a string of good games recently, but
No,
I mean,
he's
like,
trash.
but MVP or Defensive Player of the Year odds even. I mean,
He's trash. Why do
that
people
is-
think he's good? I really can't understand it.
it is boom or bust for him. And so if
He
I
just gets a lot of picks because every quarterback in the division is trash.
Yeah.
Mine's Jalen Hurts that's playing great.
think, yeah, it's tough.
Like AJ Brown had Trayvon Diggs crying after he scored. Like Trayvon literally threw his helmet on the ground.
I think some of it is him, some of it is scheme. I mean, but again, I mean,
No, it's him. He's
such.
trash.
I like him. I like
No.
the whole boom bust player. I mean, when it pans out well, that's
Don't
what
people
elevates.
think you're good.
I mean, I still think Trayvon Diggs is good.
He's awful.
Should we?
His older brother's better than him.
Oh yeah, I would.
On Instagram, I always scroll and I always see that one video that shows like Trayvon Diggs like answering a question that was like, if you and your brother, Stephon Diggs, met in the Super Bowl, would you lock him up? He's like, yeah, he wouldn't catch a pass on me.
Oh,
Then it would cut
no.
to like Stephon Diggs, like saying,
Yeah.
yeah, you heard my brother talking trash about me, and then Josh Allen would be like 10 tugs, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
And I'm like, yeah, bro.
The disrespect.
Why do people think he's good? Cowboys awful, suck.
Well, yeah, no.
Let's move on to that.
Start with the trade deadline.
Yeah, let's move on to that. Some more interesting.
So big news, I guess, would be Naeem Hines for Zach Moss. And
I didn't understand that one.
Neither did I. That was a really
Like
weird.
depth? Like,
Yeah, I mean, for the Bills, if you're going to trade for a running back, why not make it a star, right?
well, granted, I don't know if they have money for that.
Yeah, but I mean, Naeem Hines, it's certainly a good pickup, and they didn't give up a whole lot for him. For the Colts, I guess it was just a fire sale. I think they could have gotten more than a 5th rounder for him.
Yeah.
But I guess that's that. One of the, I mean, if not the,
Jacksonville, traded for Calvin Ridley
yes, yeah, that was
for
great.
very low.
Yeah, that was a good trade for Jacksonville. I mean, I think
couldn't understand it. Granted, like they have Drake London, Kyle Pitts. I thought they would keep.
Oh yeah,
Ridley, and let's just make that.
I mean,
just wait for like a great quarterback. But
yeah, I think that they should have waited for Ridley to come back, but.
Bet one game on the game for the Falcons to win and
man.
traded to.
I feel so
Jags.
bad. Yeah, I mean, but
Traded for a year. Crazy.
yeah, another really good weapon for Trevor Lawrence. So I mean, again, it's just more of a test. Like, can he? Is he worth it? Maybe the biggest one is the Bradley Chubb deal. Broncos gave the Dolphins Bradley Chubb and a 5th round pick for Chase Edmonds, a 2023 1st round pick, and a 2024 4th round pick. So Broncos looks like they're not sold on them winning it all this season.
They're panicking.
Yes, I mean they needed 1st round picks after the Russell Wilson trade, and they just got it. However, I mean giving up. I mean, it is giving up.
Missing too, so it's like.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely a give up trade for this year at least. But yeah, no, I mean that's a really good player going to a really good team. That could be
That defense For the Dolphins didn't need it.
Yeah.
Like, they needed that.
I mean, yeah, that could be really fun to watch.
They're definitely a playoff team now.
Yeah.
It's how far they go is the question.
Yeah. And, of course, Chase Claypool for a
Bears.
second-round pick. Yeah, to the Bears. I think that's a really good pick for trade for both teams. I think that
They just needed weapons for, why am I blanking? Fields. They just
Yeah.
need weapons for him, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a very good return for the Steelers. I think it was a very good player for the Bears. I still think he's a pretty raw player, but
I just hope
a good weapon.
hope they use him correctly. What else?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Detroit traded T.J. Hawkinson.
Broke my heart because I love T.J. Hawkinson.
He's a dope dude.
Yeah, and to a division rival too. Like that didn't make sense. I mean,
He's pretty young. I want to say Pro Bowl.
he is. Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's young. He's a fantastic tight end, and I mean, just a bizarre move to trade him to your division rival. And I mean, if everyone wondering why has Detroit been bad for well over a decade now? I mean, you start going to 2-3 decades. It's because of moves like this. I mean, trading one of your best, if not the best, offensive weapon to a division rival for not the best. I mean, second round and a third round pick. Sure, but they gave up a fourth and another fourth.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Questionable.
Yeah. I mean, then there's the
Ravens get Roquan Smith. I thought we could have gotten a first from him, but
I'd agree. But good trade for Baltimore. I mean,
they needed that. Their defense is just wrecking.
tough. Yeah.
Just injuries galore.
Yeah. But I mean, they still have to pay them, right? But
Yeah.
I think decently good return for the Bears. And of course, a fantastic player going to the Ravens. So I think both teams are better because of it now.
Yeah. Let's hope they can get a deal done. If they don't, they're basically gonna.
Oh,
Could they franchise tag him? No, he couldn't because he's not on the original team. I think that's how franchise tagging works.
Yeah.
All right. Chiefs get Kadarius Toney from
I
the
like it.
Giants.
I like it a lot for the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I mean,
more
because
weapons.
why not, right? I mean, if he's healthy, which I think he is, I mean, yeah, no, I more weapons, more explosive players for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's a good trade.
Yeah.
And then Robert Quinn to the Eagles for a fourth round pick.
This was just.
Yeah, I'll let you take this one.
This is just. Older player. It's just something they needed. Philly could use him. I feel like I think his around the league, it's hey, he's very good at stopping the run. I believe that's what he's known for, at least.
I mean, he had how many sacks? Was it 18 sacks last year or something ridiculous?
Yeah.
I mean, he's still. I mean, a bit of a slow start this season, so I understand wanting to move him, but I mean, the Eagles just keep getting better. I mean, props to
At
their
least they made a
GM.
move to try to get depth.
Yeah,
That's really.
yeah. No, I mean, so I think a very good trade for the
Veteran.
Eagles. Yeah,
All right.
that's kind of it at the trade deadline, I think.
Yeah, Dallas and Raiders. Dallas gets Jonathan Hicks,
Sure.
right? Hankins? Whatever.
Yeah.
For a 6th-round pick. Depth, really.
Yeah. I mean, but a really active trade deadline.
Yeah,
I mean,
and of course, after that, we got the Christian McCaffrey trade, Carolina got
Oh, yeah.
2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I thought they could have at least gotten a 1st and a 3rd from him, but stocking up on draft capital, can't hate it.
Yeah.
And that's
It for the trade
pretty
deadline,
much
I
it
think.
for the trade deadline.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
mean,
but it did feel active this year.
Very.
Last year wasn't very active, I think, right?
No. Last year was a bit of a dud. I think this year, it's the most trades at a trade deadline ever was this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just very active. A lot of teams wanting to plan for the future. A lot of teams wanting to play for now. And so, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it made perfect sense.
Hey, great for the league. Make it
Yeah.
more interesting in
Yeah.
the trade deadline, I guess.
Well, speaking of league-changing trades, the Trey Lance trade is now complete.
Oh, yeah.
It is now done. The
Turned all
49ers.
3 picks
Oh
to
my God.
Jalen Waddle,
Yep.
Tyreek Hill, and Bradley Chubb.
Yep, absolutely
Dolphins be
unreal.
playing chess while y'all play checkers.
Oh yeah, no, that is one of the greatest trades all time. That is unreal. Trey Lance has not proven to be a starting quarterback. He's been injured, and when he hasn't been injured, he was benched for Jimmy G. When he has played, he hasn't been used correctly, and he's still So, and then for the Dolphins, I mean, the return that they got is so much better than anybody they could have gotten with that draft pick. I mean, like that was a fantastic trade. And so, yeah, I mean, and as a result, the Dolphins are Super Bowl contenders, and the 49ers are not. I mean,
Are they contenders?
not with Jimmy G.
Oh, I'm talking about Dolphins, not San Fran.
I think so. I mean, I think they have a chance just because of how explosive. I mean, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Tua if he's accurate, and Bradley Chubb. They have Xavier Howard on the defensive. I mean, I think they should be looked at as AFC contenders for sure. For sure.
I don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, now this is big news for like the whole league. Like, Dan Snyder, he's he's in the process supposedly for selling the team. I can't remember what he got, like American Express or some.
Bank of America.
Bank of America. That was it. To explore options. It looks like now. Dan Snyder always said, "I'm not selling this team. I am not changing the name."
He's horrible,
bro.
Horrible,
dude. Why you gotta he can make okay. So I listening to Pat McAfee show. They talked about it. So if you want more information, go to their site.
Yeah.
I mean not site, YouTube channel, and supposedly, whoever's gonna buy it is gonna have to spend $10 million because of the land in Virginia that's supposedly going to be the new stadium, and stadiums are supposedly always more than what you try to get. The plans, like you say, all right, it's going to cost $3 billion to make this.
Oh my God.
It's actually going to be more since stuff doesn't go right with construction and everything.
It's going to be insane.
Yeah, but I don't know what they could do. Well, so
you do need a new stadium. I mean, FedEx Field is horrible.
It's awful.
Worst stadium in the league.
RFK is a desert wasteland. If the new owners can try to demolish that and make it a new thing, that would be cool.
You have to build new, because it's exciting when Washington is fun.
Honestly, it's exciting when there's a new owner.
Yes,
because you barely see it anymore.
Very, yeah. No, so I mean, this is a franchise-altering, step if it, of course,
if it goes to the right people.
Exactly. Yeah.
But so the Pat McAfee show, they brought up a guy who was linked to the Broncos sell. Yeah. I think it was Byron Allen. It was something. It was he could. So right. This one guy he's a black, and he could be the first black owner if he gets more people to back him. Get more ownership.
Yeah.
Well, not more ownership, more people to invest.
Yeah.
So that could be cool. A first black owner, that would be cool.
Yeah. I mean, the more progress, the better.
More progress than ever. And Warren Buffett, he once said.
As if he needs more, right?
He said I don't know if he said it was his dream or a wish to own a Washington team. I don't know if that's true, but he's sitting at $118 billion.
Oh my God!
So he could do that. That would
very
decent dent in his pocket.
A very modest $118 billion.
Very modest.
Unreal.
And Jeff Bezos, of course, he was interested in the team.
Oh, because why not?
For a little while,
right? Yeah.
And supposedly, TMZ posted, Jay-Z and Jeff Bezos are interested in buying Washington. Supposedly, this is TMZ, so don't hold this up with me. I think TMZ, but I don't think they're because supposedly there's an offer made to where they can joint venture into it together.
Cool. I would love.
I know,
that'd be so
Jay-Z
cool.
always makes great business moves. Maybe he's pro football. Make this team great.
Yeah,
I respect it, bro. I'm excited. I want Dan Snyder out of here.
Having I think
he's also being investigated by.
Congress or something it's
it's something
thing.
recent. It's something recent, where they're checking out his bookings.
Yeah, I mean, getting investigated, sure, but I'm getting investigated by Congress. What in the world? What did you do to earn that?
He must have done some crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, but I mean, moving on from
tax fraud and everything.
Oh yeah, moving on from Dan Snyder would be a fantastic step for this franchise. But I mean, if you get Jay-Z and Beyonce to buy it, that would be so.
I don't
know
if it's Beyonce, but Bezos and
Jay-Z. Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be a great one. Or even if it was just Bezos.
Anybody else? I mean,
I only want. Granted, there could be someone overseas that just comes out of nowhere, who's
Fine.
like a trillionaire, and it's like,
Fine.
yo, I don't know football, but
Yeah.
I see people having fun. Yo, let me invest, because the NFL is always like a straight up shot of revenue and everything. It's a great investment. So
Yeah, anybody but Snyder.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, granted, I want someone who wants our team to win.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want people who just say, "Oh, nah, money's cool." Like, for instance, over at the Premier League, there's some American owners who just care about the money instead of like the quality of play for their sports teams,
that sounds right.
for soccer. And I'm like, no, I do not want an owner who wants just money. No, I want you to want money and to win.
And Super Bowl
I
trophies.
want winners.
Yeah.
All right, don't own my team and just say, oh, like, money's great. It's like top 6, top 7 most profitable teams. I can't remember what. So you can Google that if you don't trust me or whatever. But our team's profitable, and I just someone who wants our team to win, and who was like, yo, all of you people who are hired by Dan Snyder, y'all are awful. I'm going to bring in some new blood who wants to win.
Anybody.
Anyone.
I mean, you take you back to the John Riggins era. I mean, something exciting, something more Super Bowls in Washington, please.
Just something.
All right, should
Make me be proud to be a Washington fan.
Oh yeah, for once, right?
My goodness.
All right, should we move on to next week's games?
All right, yeah, let's start next week's games. All right, so
quick lightning round.
yeah,
with the,
Eagles already beat Texans. We kind of knew that.
Yeah.
Thursday night games are becoming awful now, so it's whatever.
yeah,
All right, Colts Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots.
Easy.
Colts are a hot mess.
Oh yeah,
Packers Lions.
Lions, and I'm praying. I want it so bad for the Lions, and the Packers are bad, and the Lions have a pretty decent defense, and so yeah, Lions. That's my pick.
Whatever, Packers. I don't care.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know why. I feel
Aaron
like
Rodgers.
this is the one
Yeah,
where they finally win something.
yeah. Hopefully, maybe. We'll
Yep.
see. We'll see.
Chargers Falcons.
Mm,
This is such an iffy game.
I'm going
My
with the that's tough. Chargers. Chargers. I mean, I was gonna go upset, but you know, it's Justin Herbert. I think it's gonna pull it together. I'm going with the Falcons or the Chargers rather.
I'm going Chargers.
All right,
Bills Jets.
Bills. I think that they're gonna bring the Jets
Yeah,
back down to
they
earth.
lost Bryce Hall. Yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
with Bills.
Yeah.
Vikings Commanders Vikings. I'm already.
Yeah.
We ain't winning that. I'm like, they're hot right now.
Very. Yeah.
Panthers Bengals.
Oh, that's actually a pretty interesting
It's
game
gonna be an interesting game.
because it's either gonna be like a very close victory for the Panthers or the Bengals are gonna win by like 47. I'm saying I think Bengals after a tough loss last week.
I think they're
and-
still out. I think Jamar Chase is still out, right?
Yeah, but I'd still go Bengals over that. I mean, I think that Bengals are coming off of a tough loss. The Panthers just had like a heartbreak, like a demoralizing loss, so that might set them back. But I can see that one being close. I mean, I could go all the way with that, honestly.
Yeah, I'll go Bengals.
All right.
Raiders Jaguars.
Ugh.
Two teams that are underperforming.
Yeah, Raiders maybe. Raider.
I'm gonna go Raiders because on paper they should beat them.
Yeah, I agree. Raiders.
All right, Dolphins Bears. Dolphins.
Yeah, I agree.
Bears are a hot mess right now.
Yeah.
Seahawks Cardinals. Seahawks.
Yeah, yeah.
Cardinals are a hot mess. Rams Buccaneers.
Ew.
And then Rams. I
That-
feel like Matthew Stafford's a little bit better than Tom right now.
Yeah, that was such a good game, like in the off season.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can't wait for
A
Sunday.
rematch.
Yeah. This is one of the worst games.
Titans Chiefs. Oh
Yeah.
wait, did you give your pick? I'm sorry.
I think I'm siding with you.
Rams.
Yeah. Wait, you know what? I'm going with Brady. Give me the Buccaneers.
All right, fine.
Give me the Buccaneers. All right.
Do what you want. All right,
Yeah.
Chiefs, Titans are
Yeah, I'd agree.
dog water. All right, Ravens, Saints, Ravens.
Ravens. Yeah.
All right, those are our picks.
There you
Let's
go.
move on to some NBA talk.
Cash them in.
Yeah. All right. Kyrie Irving suspended by the Brooklyn Nets for anti-Semitic comments.
Yeah.
Comments?
Yeah, so that's been a
Break it down.
saga. Yeah, he posted a documentary film, I believe it was, on his Instagram story, and it I don't know exactly what it was about. However, I do know that it had some, it was anti-Semitic, right? Like it said like the Holocaust like was fake or overblown, and like it was these string of comments that you don't. Just don't.
Yeah, you don't say, man.
Yeah, and so then he's been in hot water for that, as he should be, because he's a very popular figure. People are going to look up to him. And then he put out the thing was I wasn't endorsing it. I was just putting it on my Instagram story. It's like, fine. And so the Nets were disappointed in him, as they should be, and they gathered a press conference for him. And they were like, this is your chance to say, I am not anti-Semitic, which is so...
I am apologizing for my tweets.
Yeah, apologize. Or anti-Semitic? No, those are the two things you have to do. And he didn't apologize, and he didn't say that he wasn't anti-Semitic. I mean, they
He
asked
just said, I'm human.
Yeah, it's like, no.
What the F do you want me to do? Something like that.
Yeah, it's like,
bro,
just say that you don't hate Jewish people. It's easy to say that. And so, so then the Nets suspended him for...
I'm surprised the Nets... I thought the NBA would come down hard, because Adam Silver
I think they were
is
about
Jewish.
to. I think, I think they were about to, and Adam Silver said he wants to have a sit-down conversation with Kyrie. And so I think the Nets suspended him before the NBA could.
Nike's considering terminating his Nike deal. I remember some posts like that.
Kyrie Irving is so talented at finding ways to not play basketball.
He's shooting himself in the foot.
Every single year. It's one thing, another thing. And I mean...
It's right after he left LeBron, bro.
Yeah.
Right after he left... Flat Earth came. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Every organization that he's joined, and it was the Celtics, and it was the Cavs towards the end of his tenure there, and now the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, he just finds some way to get all the negative media attention put on his team. He's just so talented at that, and I don't.
That's a talent, all right.
Yeah. I don't know if he doesn't understand what kind of position he holds. I don't know. I don't know, but. The Nets did the right thing to suspend him, and we're going to see how long that is, because I think it was at least 5 games, but it could be more.
It was 5. I remember that.
I think they're going to wait for him to show remorse, right? And so...
He won, Kyrie. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know. So, there's that.
I remember, I think recently LeBron, tweeted out, today or something, that, Kyrie doesn't have internet or something, he just needs a strong woman in his life, something like that. I'm like, I thought he was married.
LeBron. Yeah, so did I. Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know what he does in his private life or whatever.
Yeah. Kyrie, he just has a way of finding and attracting negative attention. And, I mean, his whole thing of, deflecting, no, I mean, that makes it worse. And I don't think he understands that. And so, I don't know. The Nets are doing the right thing to suspend him, and if they want to move on from him, maybe that would be best. I mean, because he's missed more games than he's played. I think not only for the Nets, but for his NBA career now. I mean, it's ridiculous. So.
Oh yeah. Side note that we don't have on our notes: Miles Bridges pleads no contest to felony domestic violence.
No, well.
What is it? He pleads no contest at a Los Angeles Superior Court.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not Supreme. He will face 3 years of probation and no jail time.
No jail?
No jail time.
Really?
As part of his deal with the prosecutors.
No jail time.
Which is crazy, because the pictures they showed us.
That was tough. I mean, that was
yo, I'm like, yo.
Hard to look at, yeah.
It was, terrible.
Wow. So, yeah, that's probably it for his career.
Oh, yeah. If someone brings him in, it's going to be, way past his prime or something.
Oh, yeah.
Something.
Yeah, I mean, he's done. That was...
All right, let me see if I can find the original post, but if y'all ain't tapped in, ESPN or someone posted an end of the era, when ESPN gets bored and posts one of those tweets of people just making hot takes, and I hate when they do that. Why? It's a week into the NBA season. Is this the end of the era?
Oh yeah.
Warriors, Lakers, and I can't remember 3 other teams are. Oh, Sixers were on there. Some other teams that are supposed to be good are doing terrible right now. Is this an end of the era because it's Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant? Oh yeah, it was Brooklyn on there. I don't know why I'm remembering this now. And the I can't remember, but long time names are just taking a crap on the bed right now with their
Mm.
teams and are like negative records. And I'm like, bro, it's a week into the season.
Yeah.
Relax.
People have played 5 games. I mean, like, whatever. I mean, it is fine. I mean, we're in the era where everyone has a hot take, and it's gotten to the point where a hot take doesn't even mean anything. It's just like you threw out something out there, right?
Yeah, and I hate when ESPN does that, bro.
Oh,
like,
I
I
know.
know they're like
I know.
they're business and everything and trying to get clicks and everything, but it's
But
so
still.
annoying, bro.
I mean, the overreactions in the first handful of weeks in any sport are nauseating. But I mean, when it's like such a star power league as the NBA, I mean, like the overreactions you get after a handful of games are criminal. Criminal.
It's so annoying. Like I can't even like watch ESPN sometimes.
No.
Like First Take's sometimes unwatchable.
First Take, and I like
Shout
seeing
out JJ Redick for like being the kind of a voice of reason.
Yeah, no. Whenever he breaks script and then will like actually like say something like sensical. I mean, they have ESPN has. I guess they've turned debating into like
Who can
a
say
whole
a
revenue
better
stream.
Yeah, who can say a better clip?
Yeah, yeah.
Who can make the most poppin' clip? I'm like,
Oh
bro.
yeah, I mean, it is no surprise that any show that you have, I mean, someone's gonna have one opinion, someone's gonna have the exact opposite opinion, and whether they believe it or not is one thing. I mean, like for example, Skip Bayless. There is no way that he believes half the stuff that he says. I mean,
Dude.
like there's no way.
Dude,
And
you gotta wait until he's on his deathbed. He's going to pop a video off and
Yeah.
he's gonna say
I'm sorry, LeBron.
all those takes about LeBron.
Yeah, I made him up.
Yeah, I didn't believe him. And then you just hear the
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy.
He did it. Yeah. No, I mean,
all a lie.
yeah. I mean, like, he knows what he's doing. Like, it's gotten to the point now where it's like LeBron posted himself making a sandwich.
I
Why
know,
wasn't
dude,
he
he
practicing?
is
And it's like, oh
just-
my god.
All over him. I'm like, bro, you at this like Undisputed is kind of getting unwatchable. Like I only watch clips of Shannon Sharp, doing his thing,
Oh, yeah.
being entertaining.
He is funny.
But
yeah.
Undisputed just talks about the most randomest stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean,
About
yeah.
LeBron, like players' private life. I'm like, bro, I don't care about that.
Oh, yeah.
Unless it's like detrimental to their play,
Oh
I don't care. Like,
yeah. It doesn't matter at what point of the year Undisputed like a new one comes on. You're gonna hear LeBron. You're gonna hear the Cowboys, and then from then on, I mean, it's just like
I'm okay when they bring up the Cowboys because Shannon Sharp
yeah.
be hating on them too. So go Shannon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, everyone has a hot take, and whether Skip started that or Stephen A. started that, or
First Take really started
Go on.
out with Skip and
oh yeah,
Stephen A.
but,
But I think some of these
Lord.
sport networks need to go like to having their shows like 3 times a week, and then just use the rest of the
Give 'em
time
a
of the
break.
day and play like old school games.
oh yeah,
Dude, that would be so fun. I'm like, yo,
yeah.
yes.
Show me some Seattle Supersonic games. I mean, show
Yeah,
me
those are like
something.
classic playoff games.
Yeah, like Michael Jordan or something like
Yeah,
that.
stuff
I mean,
like that. I think they did that during the pandemic when everything shut down.
They did, yeah, because I got to see some of the Ray Allen Sonics teams. I was like, oh yay. But I mean, show I don't know, LeBron's rookie year. Like show some game
Or
I mean,
like some
anything.
very popular tight games.
Yeah. I mean, like any
Of like NBA football or whatever. Just like old classic games that were very entertaining.
they could show.
You can easily implement in commercials.
Oh, easily.
And even like
easily.
you can even change like the not soundtrack, the commentators a little bit.
They could, yeah. I mean,
They have the technology. They can do it.
they could play Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals on repeat, and it would do fantastic. I mean, because that was a special game. It's a special series.
Special series.
But I mean, yeah, no, everyone needs to have a.
Like,
hot
I don't
take.
understand why they don't do that. Because having it every day,
Oh, it's
bro,
tough. It's tough.
those shows just suck.
Having to talk about Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady or whoever every single day.
LeBron James,
Yeah, and-
Kevin Durant,
yeah.
Michael Jordan, legacy, all
Yeah.
this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like at this point,
Well, and this season's been real popular for it because I mean, it's been a rough season for a lot. Especially Brady and especially Rodgers. I mean, it's been a tough season for them. I mean, like, do they have what it takes to come back from that? I don't know. They're in a bad position. I mean, they're in as bad a position as they could be. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
What can you do?
Yeah, it's the start of a new era for a lot of football teams, and we're ushering out, the Bradys and the Rodgers and
It's the Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts.
Oh, yeah.
Tua.
Yeah.
Who else am I missing?
I mean, like, even Russell Wilson, who isn't as old as Brady or Rodgers, I mean, he got the message that it was a new, league now, and so he's toned it down quite some bit, which is, again, the most surprising development of the NFL for me is how Russell Wilson's been playing.
He's so trash, bro. Richard Sherman and Marshawn Lynch just
Oh, yeah.
trashing him, saying, "Yeah, if you want to call the dude, you have to go through his manager." I'm like, "Yo, no way,
Yeah.
no way." He was a median darling for like most of his Seattle career, and now
Yeah.
this comes out. Thank goodness, because apparently this guy thinks he's a superstar when he's trash.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what's been weird about that is that, I mean, his thing with like the Subway ads and all. I mean, like the honeys on the plane. Yeah, I mean, like
Sierra.
that's been. I mean,
Huge,
true since. Yeah, I mean, like that's been true since like 2015, 2016.
Yeah,
like that's just, and it's the point where like I don't think it's fake. I mean, I think that's just legitimately Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
But I mean, like. It was never picked up on, and I don't know if that's because he was in Seattle, or I don't know if that's because Pete Carroll did a great job of protecting him, or Seattle fans didn't care and just kind of kept quiet.
I can't remember when, but something always when I hear about like Pete Carroll, I always remember. I can't remember what Seattle player saying like, "Nah, Pete Carroll kind of protected like Russell Wilson."
Oh,
I can't remember where. It's somewhere around the internet. Someone said that.
It was Richard Sherman. I mean,
It was Richard?
Yeah, I mean, it was that whole Legion of Boom defense. They thought that he was protected, and
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that's yeah.
yeah, and like it's the quarterback. So sure, right? I mean, like you a young
They
quarterback.
were saying he was like getting babied, and I'm like, oh, quarterback being babied? Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, I mean, then at that point, why be mad at Russell Wilson? Like, be mad at Pete Carroll? But I don't know.
But
I
then
think
again, I can't be mad. You know what? Russell Wilson, soft. He's soft.
I will always like him, and
He's soft.
I think it's been weird to watch this season because some of it is obviously scheme. Like Nathaniel Hackett has not had the debut that people thought he would have.
He needs to be fired.
Yeah. I mean, also it's been like some like the weird decisions by Russ. Like he's never taken a check down. He's never really thrown across the middle of the field. But I mean, like even outside of that, like some of his long balls aren't connecting, and he's not making he's missing wide open guys. I mean, it's been tough for Broncos fans. Yeah, but I mean, again, I'm not going to feel bad for Broncos fans because the whole
they're about to give you like a top 5 pick.
Oh yeah, easily, and like the whole off season.
lottery.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, why would Seahawk fans boo him? He's been whatever. It's like the problem that I have with like the Russell Wilson hate train is that at least from the perspective of like a Seahawks fan, like it's a family issue. Right, I mean, like that is like Russell Wilson. That is like a family issue. It's been that way for like whatever, like 6 years now, and we've been I guess throwing a little side, like little, but I mean now that it's in the media spotlight and it's amplified, and other people, I guess taking their chance to like air out whatever grievances they've held for like years and years and years.
I respect it.
I think it's weird. I mean, like the whole thing with Kyle Brandt. I mean, did you see his rant on like Good Morning Football about he's like Russ thinks that he's like it started off as a football criticism and then went into like he talked about like Sierra and like his personal life, and it's like whoa,
Oh.
I wouldn't go that far, but I mean yeah, it's I do not envy being Russell Wilson right now. I mean I feel bad for him, but
Man, I don't care. Let it hate.
Oh.
Keep on hating Seahawks fans. Let it happen.
It's
entertaining for me.
If it gets me, if it gets the Seahawks a top 5 pick, sure, go for it. But
All right. That's all we got for the day. Catch us on next Friday, YouTube, and hopefully if you see us on Spotify.